Hey everyone, today we will be doing LEC tier list or power ranking for first split of 2025. This is just my opinion and I will try to give you guys explanation why I decided to put certain team in certain place. So let's get started with it. I kind of want to start from the bottom and then work our way up. So we can see all the rosters here. If you guys haven't checked, obviously these are rumored, but usually these rumors are correct. So we'll take them as granted. And the first thing I will say, and the first team we will rate, is probably Team Heretics, that in my opinion has the weakest roster of them all. With Kamilu coming from LFL 2, which is I think first time we see a player jumping from second division to LEC, and that's something very interesting. Something similar we saw was Jackis last year, where he came from Hitpoint, which is minor ERL. He came straight into LEC, which is a bit crazy, right? They were probably scouted by stats, and they probably had like some interesting stats teams were looking for in their mid laners, so that's why they are scouted. I heard this guy had a lot of solo kills, and maybe that's something they were looking for, a player who is very aggressive, a player who wants to gain a lead one-on-one, or like somebody that has firepower. He's also very young, so they probably believe in him. My problem with this team is that we have a lot of rookies, and people who need to lead this team are Sheo and Flakked. And me personally, I don't have that much trust in Flakked to lead this team. Sheo, I think, is a good jungler, but I don't think he has good pieces to work with. These guys need time. Stand is also decent, but I don't believe in mid ADC, honestly. Top can surprise, but I don't believe in mid ADC here. And I think these players are good, right? But compared to everyone else, I think they will finish last, and I think that's a safe bet. Everybody is like rating them low, so I will do that as well. So putting them lowest possible tier. Then I want to talk about Team Vitality. So Team Vitality is in similar boat as Team Heretics, but I believe in their veterans more, right? So they have three newer players, rookies, Naknako, Linkas, and Chayak, I believe I can pronounce. So these three are young, they're newer, like younger players, right? They're newer to the scene, and they are, but they're talented and they're good. Like I'm expecting a lot from Naknako. I think he's very, very talented, very mechanically strong player, and I really hope that he plays carries in LEC and he doesn't default to weak side tank champions, play Xant every single game. I really hope he doesn't end up on that duty. I want him involved. I want him to play Yone if it's a good game, right? He is like famous for his Yone. I also saw him picking up GP a little bit at solo queue. His Gnar is great, so playing champions where he can actually shine is something I'm looking for. And then I really love Karzi. I think he is one of the best ADCs in LEC. And I usually rate Hylissang highly. But last year he didn't do as good. So this roster, it all depends on how well veteran players lead the rookies. And also there is a big job on coaching staff to also make them perform well and teach them. So I personally am rooting for this team, and I would like them to do as good as possible, but I think from now it looks hard, so I will put them like here above Heretics, and then we'll see, right? Maybe we can put them here for now, but I will move the list around a little bit later, okay? How do we do this now? Let's talk about Team BDS. So Team BDS is insane in my opinion. First of all, they had the best coaching staff in my opinion. Like the way this team plays, you can see they're really well coached, and that was like previous years, right? And they had Adam instead of Irrelevant, where now I think Irrelevant suits them a lot more for the style they want to pull off. He's a lot more structured player in my opinion, where Adam like He's a lot more chaotic, and he just wants to fight, roam, and make something unexpected happen. And I don't think the coach's vision matched Adam's playstyle. I think they were two different things. So I think Irrelevant is definitely upgrade for them. And also there's a lot of hype going around him. The one player I don't like that much is 113. I believe that if Sheo stayed, they would be a lot better team, in my opinion. But maybe he can still do his job. He is a player that will play for his lanes, and he will be he'll probably just facilitate, right? And I think coaches might have a lot of influence on him to make sure that he plays the way they want him to play. Nook was good last year. I think he's still good. I think he is probably contesting top 4 in mid. I think he's very consistent, so I like him. Ice as well. I think Ice is a little bit overhyped. Everybody is saying like he's one of the best ADCs. I mean, he's one of the best ADCs, but I think they're giving him so much credit when in reality, the whole team plays around him. The whole team plays around ADC. They were the first team to perma swap him, to perma allow him to always be strong side, get as much resources as possible. In team fights, they just play so he can hit, so he gets a reset on Jinx, and then he can carry the fight. So it was very ADC oriented how they played. And he did do his job, so I still believe he's really good. And I like him, and these two are like mid ADC, are very stable pieces. Parus has potential to be the best support in LEC, I think. They just need to use him well, but again, I think coaches have the biggest influence. I think they will have a really big influence on Parus and 113, and they can improve a lot. So this team, I have high expectations for. I would put them like top 3 or like, let's say here. Let's put them top 3 for now. Then we have SK Gaming. GiantX, a really good player, right? I think he's downgrade compared to Irrelevant, because Irrelevant, in my opinion, is the best one in Europe, or at least top 2. Isma, he remains the same. I think Isma is great facilitator jungler. He will usually play to Johnny Maokai, whatever, right? Just play for his laners, and he will gather vision enemy jungle, spot enemy jungler, make sure you can make sure his carries are in the good spot. So I like junglers that play like that. Ricker, he makes a return to LEC. He's great here in ERLs, so hyped to see how he grew from the last time, because last time he wasn't performing that well. Rachel stays the same. He was really good at the beginning. Lupi, we know nothing about, but I know they're both Korean and they wanted to play with each other and they like each other. So I think this team is, in my opinion, around here somewhere. A little bit better than Vitality. Close to Vitality, like I can do... If I'm biased, I would put Vitality higher because I like them more. But I think it can be like... They're close to each other, right? Okay, let's see next. Rogue. This team, nobody had expectations because they didn't make a roster. Like they were very slow with it and they were the last team to complete roster. So... In this team, I think it's very unpredictable what will happen. All of these players are very volatile. Execute is Pike player. I also remember him playing Weird Champions. He used to play like... I think he played Twitch support in LEC. He played Soraka. So he's very non-traditional support, I would say. And he wants to roam the map and he wants to do stuff. Where Malrang is the same. So if you guys remember in Rogue, I mean, I haven't been following Malrang after that. He went to Brazil, I think. But while he played in LEC, he was the jungler that never clears. He was a jungler that does one camp and runs and ganks and messes with enemy jungle, and he just wants to make stuff happen on the map. Adam is same. Adam is also a guy who will push wave, sprint to mid, right? So I think they have pieces like jungle, top, and support are very chaotic. And then they have two very stable players in Larsen and Patrick. And they're great carries, right? They don't want to do anything. They want to farm. And then when the fight happens, we carry. So I think it's a good mixture. These guys just need to find middle ground and decide how they want to play together. And I can see this failing miserably or doing decent. But I don't believe in Rogue that much. So let's put them here, close to SK. Yeah. Then we have Koi. They only changed mid laner. And honestly, he was their weakest link, definitely. I also think Friscovi did decent job last year, but he is not, great player. He's not exceptional player where you kind of want your mid laner to be a really, really like explosive and to be like X factor in your team. And that's exactly what Jojo Pyun is. So I'm very hyped to see how this will look like. I think other pieces are good. And at first, I really didn't like this team when they joined LEC last year. I thought they would be very bad, but they proved me wrong. So only respect to them, right? I'm down to be proven wrong, and I'm happy when that happens. So I think this is a big upgrade, and I think they will probably perform the best in first split next year because they changed only one player, and he's a big upgrade in my opinion, and he has a lot of firepower, and I think he can contest players like Caps. So yeah, I think he will be challenged for other mid laners, and it will be interesting to watch at least. So I want to put Koi in the best, like S tier. I don't know why this is called GOAT, but let's put them like first for now. Then we have K Corp. So I was thinking about K Corp a bit before, and I have some issues with this team. I think this team can be really good. Kalist obviously is the most hyped player probably out of everyone that joined LEC. And I'm sure he will do great. I think he's very talented. I think he is probably the next big rookie. I mean, he is the next big rookie that came to LEC, other than like since, let's say since Caps. So all eyes are on him. I don't know how he will handle that pressure, or will he deliver. We hope he does. And he's the part of this team that I like. Vladi is also the part of this team that I like. I think he's also how you want your mid laner to be. He is explosive, he's factor X, he can carry he's like a clutch player, right? That's what I expect from him. But then, what I don't like about this team is Targamas. I think he performed very bad last year, and I don't think he ever performed that well, and we also know he doesn't talk, like his support that doesn't shot call. So he's not a leader, right? Then we have a rookie ADC in LEC, obviously. Then we have very new mid laner, young mid laner. We can call him a rookie, right? Then we have Korean carry top laner that doesn't speak English that well. He's also a carry player, and we will get to that. And then we have Yike. And don't get me wrong, Yike is great. He was in G2, he won everything, right? But now, who will be the leader in this team? Because we know Yike wasn't a leader in G2. Yike was a follower in G2. And his teammates made sure he can shine. That's how it worked. But now, Yike kinda has to lead this team. And he has to be the voice, probably both in and outside of the game. And I don't believe he can do it. That's my take. I don't believe he'll be big enough voice to carry this team when it comes to decision making and team atmosphere, right? Kana, experienced, but he doesn't even speak English that well. So how do you expect him to do that? And he's also top laner. So for top laners, usually it's not that easy to lead the team. Obviously, we can see that in G2, BB was the leader outside of the game, sometimes in game as well, but he's very specific case. I don't think there is other top laner that does that. So yeah, in this team, one issue is no leader, in my opinion. The other issue is, look at these players. All four of them, other than Targamas, are carry players. So Kana wants to play carry champion. Yike wants to play carry champion. Vladi wants to play carry champion. And Kalist is Kalist, right? So somebody will have to play something else. Somebody will have to facilitate. And Yike, as a player, his strength was to be a carry jungle, and now he'll probably have to change that. So I'm very curious how that will work and how they will manage the resources in terms of draft and resources in-game as well. So who will get the spotlight, who will have to adapt. Very interesting. So this team is also, in my opinion, very hit or miss, and I will put it around here somewhere. Of course, guys, we'll readjust this, don't worry yet. Then we have GiantX. I'm hyped for this team. I think they will do very well in the first split. I think Jackis did super good last year, so he came in a bit slow, but then he improved really fast, and I think he's also a mid laner that you want to bet on. Sometime, like I believe that he will become very good, if not him already being good, right? Then we have Noah and June that were great in Fnatic, and there is like big important thing here. Noah is known choker, right? So we know he doesn't perform that well under pressure. And why did he have that much pressure on him on his shoulders? It's because he played in Fnatic, and Fnatic is a team that has probably one of the most judging fan bases and one of the biggest fan bases. So he really needs to perform in order for his fans to be happy. But now he's on GiantX, and a lot less eyes are on him. So I think he'll be relieved to perform. I think this will be big buff for Noah. And June as well. June was great. I think he will still be great. Probably top 3 supports. Closer and Lot, I think, are also probably upgrades from previous players. So how I see this, I really want Closer to just facilitate mid and bot lane. Lot do his thing on top. And we play through Jackis and Noah. And I think these guys have a really good chance to upset everyone. I think this is a dark horse, and they can make it to finals, in my opinion. Or like if they have perfect run. And I don't think they can be very bad, right? I don't think this team can end up 10th. I think the lowest they can go is probably 6th, in my opinion. So I really believe in this project. So we'll put them high. Let's put them here. Then we have G2. That's the GOAT team, right? But this year, I'm actually believe there will be an angle in the first split for somebody else to win the league. And why do I say that? Well, they changed two important crucial players. Support and jungle are very important roles when it comes to how you play macro. And also, yes, the core stays together. They have Caps. Caps never loses. He's the winner. So the obvious reason, like obvious thing that you can do is put G2 first because they have Caps. I think that's completely normal, and that's what everybody does, and I think that's a good decision to do. But I will go with upset scenario where I don't think G2 will win the first split. I think they will pick up in other 2 splits, but the first one, I believe they will need some time to implement Scumont and Labrov into the team. I think MickeyX compared to Labrov, so MickeyX doesn't talk that much. I also believe Labrov is not huge on shot calling, but G2 doesn't have that problem because other players are vocal. So Hans and BB are very vocal. The thing is, Mickey was the clutch factor, right? He was the player who can find great flanks. He was creative player. He was also the player that inted the most, right? Because he was always trying to do something. So I think they will lose that. Like Labrov will not die as much. He will not int as much. He will not have those terrible Nautilus games. But he will also not find these angles that MickeyX was finding. And playing the map will probably be a little bit harder for them, and they will need to readjust. And I think they have great stuff and great players. I think Cubs, Hans, and BB will make sure that new players understand how they want to play, and they will lead them, and they're the best people to do that. But I believe other teams can contest the first split, actually. Human also very hyped player, Like, he's rank 1, he performed very well in ERLs, there is big hype around him, so I just hope he delivers, and I think he will. I'm more hyped about him than I was about Yike, and I think he's upgraded to Yike, honestly. But support, I don't think is an upgrade. So, and also changing to players on the crucial roles, I think you need some time to adapt. So I will put G2 here for now. And then we have Fnatic. That's only changed bot lane, right? So Upset coming in instead of Noah might be a hot take, but I believe Noah is a better player than Upset is. I don't think this is an upgrade. And then MickeyX over June, I think it's good because, as we talked, MickeyX is very creative and he will bring what Fnatic was missing, right? So, and I think the macro will also become better. So Fnatic's problem last year, biggest issue, was their mid-game macro, and they couldn't close out games. And they're also changing head coach, so Grabs is coming in instead of Nightshare. So I think that's also positive change because new coach will bring in new ideas, and he probably already has idea how to fix issues that Fnatic had. So Fnatic was a team that will always stomp you in early game, and then they don't know how to close out with huge leads. And it's easy fix for coaches probably. So Grabs probably thinks he can teach them how to play mid game and close out those games. And he believes he has strong enough players that will always get him these leads. And also, he knows MickeyX, he worked with him before, and that's also great. They already have some synergy there. So I really think this is overall upgrade for Fnatic. I think Upsets and Noah, I think Noah is better in my opinion, but doesn't really matter. Like, if other pieces are doing their job, Upset will shine. Upset is great player anyways, right? It doesn't matter. Like, if I believe Noah is better, if everything else is better, like new coach, new support that is gold support in Europe, the ADC will just do his job and they will still be really good. I think Humanoid is second best mid laner other than Caps. Now maybe third. I rate Jojopian very highly. So I think Jojopian, Humanoid and Caps are top 3. I think Razork was the best jungler last year, like rank 1 jungler. And I think now the only one who contests him really is Scumont. And you guys can say Yike, but I think Yike has very big challenge in front of him. So I don't think he'll be that good. Also, yeah, Elyoya. Sorry, I forgot about Elyoya. I think, so Razork, Scumont, Elyoya are top 3 in my opinion. So we'll see. But I still think Razork is the best one. Oscarinin, not the best top laner in the league, but he does his job very, very well. So he does what Fnatic needs him to do. And he will continue doing that. And I think they need a player like that. And Oscarinin is something that K-Corp lacks, right? K-Corp has Kana that wants to play Jace. We have here Oscarinin who will play Xante, Zac, Renekton. He'll be frontline. He will just do his job and make his team shine. That's exactly what we need with players like Kalist, Vladi, Yike. So I think Karmine Corp has a lot more issues and a lot bigger challenge. And I think Fnatic blends in perfectly. And I can see what they want to do. Again, play through bot lane, play Razor Humanoid already great duo. And it's same as GiantX, in my opinion. Like, it's similar to them. And that's why I rate these teams highly. They have like clear way of playing the game. We can already see what Oscarini's job is. We can see what Razor's job is. Like, it's easy to understand. And in K-Corp, I don't see that. And also in Rogue, it's a bit harder, right? To make it all work. 2 players very passive want to farm, 3 players want chaos to happen. Then what else do we have? These guys, I don't know how they will play. I think Flacket and Carlson both like to be more of a big side players. I mean, this guy can play Draven, right? But I don't think he's a great carry. I don't think he's a great strong side player. Okay. So other teams have issues as well, but Fnatic, GiantX, G2, Koi, I think these teams have clear identity, BDS as well. So yeah, I rate Fnatic very, very high. So let's see. Now let's readjust a bit this list. I think I want to put Koi first. Hot take, but I want to do it. I think they can surprise. BDS I really like, but the question is, do they have more firepower than these two? Let's check. Best top laner in my opinion, not as good jungle. Stable mid, stable ADC, probably top 4, great support. I kind of want to put them fourth. Okay. And G2 second. I mean, I think there is an angle where Fnatic can be better than G2. I really do. And I will flip it. Let's say it's like that. So first, second, third, and then fourth, fifth is big battle, in my opinion. Yeah, so who do I want? I believe more in these guys. I think they can actually. Yeah, I believe more in them. And that's also flip. I think these two teams are very close. So let's put it like this. Then I think we have K Corp, SK, Rogue, Vitality. But I'm a Vitality fanboy, so we just swap this. This is biased completely. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And it can also be like something like this. Maybe we swap SK, but do I think Vitality is better than SK? I honestly think, because of botlane. I honestly believe cards in Hylissang are so good, and I want to believe in Hylissang again, and I always believe in cards, and I think cards performs. So what we do is we swap these two, and I think we get my list, and left to right matters, right? So first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th. Yeah, obviously, just my opinion. These guys can go wherever. These guys can be 10th. I think that this would be realistic, right? I think this can happen. I think what is most likely to happen, boom, something like that. But I want to try and put it like this, just to see. The one issue with this list is Cups just doesn't lose. This guy refuses to lose. He's always playing very, very well. He's always performing, carrying. So realistically, G2 is first, but I really want to see if Jojo Pune can push these guys to first place. And I think Fnatic will do great next year. I think next year Fnatic has the best chance to be better than G2. And I think Koi also, like, Fnatic and Koi have a really good chance at being better than G2. Realistically, G2 will probably be the best, but for the next split at least, I want to give them the chance. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed. I hope I went into details enough. And if I put your team low on the list, please go ahead and hit me in the comments. It's fine. Give me your opinions. I'm pretty sure nobody rated teams like this, but if I'm correct, it will be very fun in the future. So see you next time.